depending on what Frank decides to do in Grand Final.
Yeah, absolutely.
Frank might keep us here for Game 10 just to bother us even more.
Would Frank do that? Well, it's an extended opportunity for advertising. So,
Exactly.
yeah, I would expect that he would.
That would be a money move.
Now, I feel if there's any matchup that completely summarizes QQQ, it is Ike versus Mario. We see it so often.
Yeah, it is. It's an interesting one. It's become a bit of a staple.
Yeah.
In
particular, these two, did they not verse earlier on in the night? I'm sure they did.
We can have a scour back in the bracket real quick. Have a look, see. Let it load up.
Oh my lord!
Snap played Squiddy. It doesn't look like they did. I bet they would have played it.
No, they did. They did.
They
it
did?
Was Snap versus Saltion, and Snap won 3-2 over Saltion.
What was that?
That was winners semi-finals.
Of course.
Yeah.
Close set.
Quite recently. Very close set. So, Snap won. No, I'm thinking of a different one where they played Marth. But yeah, 3-2. Very, very close. And I'm pretty sure we saw this the last QQ as well. We saw like a lot of Mario versus I. Like, there's a little bit of shenanigans. Mario has a little bit of that shenanigan edge to him, but Ike just has those heavy hits.
Yeah. I think we saw quite a bit of Mario coming out. I think there was about 3 or 4 people making it pretty deep in the bracket last QQQ that were all playing Mario.
Yeah.
And I know Snap, and I know it was Dork, and I want to say there was someone else as well. But I forgot.
No, you're definitely right. Mario has been a really, really popular quarantine character. He's just like he has great combo game. He has great kill potential. He's a fantastic character. No, you don't want to contest that. Just go low and just hope you don't get too great.
Pretty much.
I'll say this every time. Like, there's no reason to do anything otherwise unless you're like a banjo player that can Wonder Wing into it.
Yeah.
There's no reason to contest.
Like, really good.
You will lose. You will absolutely lose.
Trying to roll back F smash there to punish.
And I actually think that's kind of a misstep to do a back throw because it wouldn't have killed.
Yeah.
Because now it's stale. Now he's used it. He's used it once, so now that kill percent. It's not even a kill percent now if he gets back there.
He just wants to put him off stage and hopefully get an edge guard, but yeah, fortunately,
luckily the dare will take it.
The dare was going to take it there, and maybe he was better off fishing for like a dare set up a down fair or an up fair or something, just put him in a juggle situation.
Yeah, maybe.
Rather than failing that back stir. But okay, he didn't lose too much for it. I'm still holding on to his lead.
I think Snap is doing a really good job in disadvantage where he's not getting juggled. He's just sort of whenever he gets hit, if it's not a true combo, he's out of there.
Yeah.
Like he's not suffering any damage he doesn't need to.
Oh, nice.
That was fantastic. Really good stall.
Mix it up, but he's gonna have to do it again. Oh, it's too far, unfortunately.
Yeah. Only if you get me a beer.
Yeah, really good at making it back the first time. Hopefully he can sort of do that a bit more and not be too scared of having to get around that neutral B.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, it's not like a crazy good neutral or edge guarding tool. It's something that catches you if you do something dumb.
Yeah.
And there's no need to do something dumb. Just go low, just stall yourself, and then just recover. Like there's no need to do anything other than that. You don't need to break that norm. You don't need to do something fancy. Just be safe.
Mm-hmm.
If you're playing Mario, you have the tools to play safely, and like there's no reason to do anything otherwise. It's an interesting thing with characters like Mario where you have the ability to mash like hell, and you need to do the oh god that killed, and you need to try your hardest to not mash. You need to just play safely. That's it.
I was going to highlight. I really like the flood punishing the neutral B onto the 5B onto stage from Mike, because
Oh,
just popped him up and gave him enough time to finish the flood and then get a punish afterwards. It's really neat because it puts Ike into free fall.
yeah, that is something that basically forces Ike to have to do set recoveries. Like, if you don't do the set recovery, you might die. So do the set recovery. It's interesting that both of these characters are sort of forced to do set things in this matchup. Like, you can't be doing things differently. If you do something differently, you might die for it. And that's just not a risk that you should take. There's no reason to do that. So it forces both of them to play a very safe game. Yeah, maybe that's not the most interesting in the world, but yeah, that'll win you games. That's how you win sets. Look, coming from a zoner, sometimes you gotta play a little bit lame sometimes. Like, and that wins.
I think that's just Smash.
Yeah, 100%. Especially in this game when you hit a shield, maybe it's safe, maybe it's not, but playing safe, you'll never get punished. Like, yeah. And these characters maybe aren't the best representations of that, but Ike has a pretty safe nair on shield. So does Mario. Mario can just wail on shield. But if you are sitting back throwing fireballs, he'll never be able to push against you. And if you're Ike and you're throwing out nairs, what can Mario do? So if you're willing to be patient, you will win. Mix-ups come in things like tomahawks and stuff like that, where, like, that's what's really impressive about things like Ari's Ike, where he includes tomahawks, and that completely adds another dimension to his gameplay. So when you see people like Sultan include that, God, that's impressive.
It's a really good look. Another thing that Ari I always impressed by is not just tomahawks, but his use of dashbacks, which we saw a little bit of a use of it just there, as I mentioned it. Ike has not the greatest initial dash, but it's just this really interesting spacing to him because it's like a singular step. And I always quite like watching Ari and his short movement back and forth and really baiting options with it.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's just another example of intelligent defensive
play. Punish. And that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about, where there's no need for him to go high.
Ooh, what?
You hate that.
So sad.
That's unfortunate. That was so absolutely buffered, trying to shield or something.
Yeah. Hopefully you can just shake that off and
it's fine. It's an even game.
Pretend it didn't happen and you're just dominating.
That's for sure. There's no need to get stressed out by that. You can just go, okay, it's fine. It's even.
Still
whatever.
Still fine.
Being able to shake off things like that is the difference between a lot of higher and lower level players. There's things you can if you're versing someone who you don't think has a strong mental fortitude, you can do things like that.
Yeah.
Ooh, and it will just break them.
Can the roll behind? I thought Dark Queensland a lot of use of that when he came to Phantom.
Yeah, 100%.
He took it up habit.
He even tweeted about it. Yeah. And
please stop.
Yeah, he's right. We do have a bad habit of doing that, but it's because we aren't able to punish it. We don't have that comfortability with the game. You know. I'm actually really impressed with both of these two. Where even though yes, they're playing online, they're both punishing things that you would do in offline games.
Yeah,
they're using the same tactics, and yes, a lot of it is buffered and it's expectation based, but it is correct play in either set.
I absolutely can say from watching this set, and a few of the sets tonight actually, it doesn't feel like super online play.
No, definitely not.
Which is quite interesting, quite impressive to see. I guess that might just be after weeks of being molded by the online. You can learn to play it to how you want it to be.
Yeah,
but yeah,
for sure. I mean, some of us were
get the jab.
What? Oh, no!
On the forward smash. I was really very impressed.
I really thought he had that. I mean, who knows? Maybe a lag switch was activated. Maybe there was a frame dropped. Who knows?
We're not seeing. Ooh, okay, good damage. We're not going to kill yet though. Saltion being smart now not to try and challenge that flood anymore. There's
no need. There's no need. Just hit ledge. That's it. That's all you have to do.
If you challenge at this point, you'll probably die for it. So be careful. Wow, Saltion is just reaching right now. That's an aggressive movement there. Double jump forward fair. right in the
Yeah,
corner.
he's really trying to push his advantage at the minute when he does not have it.
Yeah,
And like,
yeah,
I was about to say he's going to get punished for it, and yeah, he did.
yeah. Eventually, it was his undoing. He was playing like he had a stock lead, and he was down 100%. I guess he
That was
was.
interesting. That
He's
was
got-
a town and city pick from Snap playing Mario, which like I would not usually think of that as a good stage for Mario.
No, I think my
But it was-
thing I figured out from watching Saltion play is that just picking a bigger stage seems to be an excellent choice against him because he's quite an aggressive Ike a lot of the time. So giving yourself the room to sort of move and run away, it worked out for Steve when in the game he won, and it certainly worked out for Snap just there. So might be less of a character pick and more of a player pick. I suppose.
Do you think Frank Walker is? Do you think he's watching the stream right now? Do you think he's studying, taking notes? I don't know if that's the kind of player that Frank Walker is, or if he's more of a heart-based player. Where
I think an intelligent player would be doing that, and by saying that, I think Frank Walker is definitely not doing that.
Okay. Well, tangentially, I would say that. Oh wow, Sultan he knew that he could up air through the fireball and hit Mario through it. That was really, really smart.
Good.
That was something.
Cover drive. He's gone. It's so strong.
He's got a great lead right now.
Yeah, Smash Ball was a good.
Yeah, I think a great pick. I think it's I could have really well on this stage. He can control the entire space. He can combo you. He can do whatever.
I think if I was snapping this right now, I'd be strictly banning the smaller stages. I'd be like, get him out of here.
Yeah, for sure. You would be maximizing the advantage that you get from Fireball, which is big stages.
Okay. So he's Jack. He's able to harness the early up neutral beat. And down smash will take it. He can definitely bring us back, but it's scary. I'm expecting to see some. I guess this could be death right here. Okay. Delaying it enough. This is good from Snappy. Gotten better.
Oh no!
We saw the exact same thing happen in game one, where he made a really good, valiant effort of getting back to the ledge, controlling his recovery, getting around a neutral B, but then immediately being sent back off again, not being reached. It's just unfortunate.
Yeah, it is really unfortunate. A lot of these things that are coming up, they're because of Wi-Fi. Some of them are legitimate things that you would see in a tournament, though. They're it's just misinputs. You hate to see it, but it's something you got to get past.
I'm just happy that tell behind.
Trade was interesting there.
Yeah, that was an interesting trade. I think that maybe Snap held down on that so that he would up B past the ledge, and that kind of got him punished.
Kind of got him punished. At least he got the ledge for free at the end of it, but he did take damage for it, which is not what he really wanted in this situation.
Yeah, for sure. This is such a rough position to be in. Ike can kill so easily. There it is. Yeah. You really hate to be behind against an Ike because you're going to start to be unsafe and you're going to start to try and push your advantage a little too hard, and when you do that, the Ike can punish you so hard.
I gotta react to.
Yeah, so
It's only a limited amount of options.
I mean,
I need to
back against Ball now.
put myself in a position to react to everything. It's an execution.
Fans come out.
140.
Hopefully we see Snap pick a bit of a bigger stage.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. If I was him right now,
Panning out like
it's tricky, right? You don't want to pick something like Battlefield because Ike can juggle you really easily, and online he can probably juggle you easier than you can juggle him.
He's gone with the FD, which
Okay,
I don't think I agree with this.
I think I agree with you. I don't know about this as a pick.
Looking at those bans, if it was me, I probably would have gone for Unova personally. or I would have gone for like honestly, even I think PS2 could have been better here.
I would think, I don't know, PS2 and Unova are both quite good for me.
They
Now, in this matchup,
I just wanna
FD
run away
is
from
Mario
Poland.
favored. I would say FD is Mario favored in this matchup. That being said, I don't think it's the best pick, especially against Saltion.
Yeah, I'm thinking strictly from the player matchup here. I wanna run away if I'm right now.
Yeah, and FD isn't necessarily the best thing for that, but I think. Ooh. See, that's the thing with this matchup, right? Like, that was frames away from being a death.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it'll work out. I do agree. I think this is definitely Mario favoured in this matchup, but it will require Snap to really clean up his gameplay.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and he needs to be able to push his advantage much harder than he is.
I will
He needs,
say
he needs to be able to hold that advantage as well.
Yeah.
He's too easily getting into situations where, yeah, maybe he gets a combo, but then he doesn't hold that advantage. He just lets it go straight away.
FD definitely does simplify the game plan, if something. You have less variables to think about. Like, it's going to come at you in much more predictable ways.
Yeah.
So it breathes room for a clean, smart game plan. And so far being not too bad, but he can't.
Wow. That actually killed.
I think he might have still been holding right after the.
Yeah, I think so. That definitely looked like some homie DI to me.
And okay, even game. We've seen this before. We've seen a few of these two-stop games come out between these guys.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, this is completely even. Oof.
I love the fireball there.
It's a tight time.
You see that where he had him in disadvantage, but he wasn't able to hold it, and they would just reset neutral. Salto and reset neutral straight away. It's like you can't do that. If you're Mario, your goal is effectively at all times keep your opponent in disadvantage, and if you can do that, then great, you've got the frame data to be able to just win. But he's not doing that right now.
Okay, he's go to ledge, yeah. Good weight from Salty on the side B. Just letting it fully charge up. Ooh. He nearly went high there, that could have been bad, but on the ledge. So it worked out. Oh, he fades in! Come on, Snap! That was going to be such a good punish for you right there. He's going to be aware. There's a bit of drift on that Aether. But it looks like Saltion is pretty positioned to clean this up.
Yeah, 100%. I think Snap is making a couple of adjustments now. Like,
an excellent weight on that Aether.
But it's a little bit too late. He needs to have done this 2 stocks ago.
Oh, he's gone high. Yeah, unfortunately, he went too high to get the punish there for Mario to be able to reach him in time.
And Salton is aware of the fact that Snap is trying to just shield and up smash now. So he's not doing anything that unsafe.
Not getting that conversion.
Look at that.
The parry up smash not reaching. Ike too high.
Oh,
Snap is mashing.
it has happened time and time again where Snap has tried to flood Ike, and Ike has just landed and just shielded before he's been able to get a punish out. And like, he needs to clean that up. If he gets,
we get that smash, and he hasn't.
If you get a flood, you need to know where he's going to land, and you need to be able to punish.
Yeah, I think there's definitely some funniness with the angle of the flood, because if you angle it too much, it sends the arc too high. So there's a whole mini game there that is probably not very explored for either player, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. But I think that's something that Snap could learn to like improve on. I think that's definitely a flaw in his gameplay.
And he's definitely closed the gap quite a bit right now. So
oh yeah, 100%.
I was about to count Snap out, but I think I spoke too soon.
Yeah, I'm actually. Wow. Okay. He actually brought up shield and then dropped shield, and I think it maybe looked like he tried to buffer an F2, but because he got caved, he went the wrong way. That being said,
okay. Well, when everything was looking grim, Snap was able to put something together. He wants a game 5. He'll get a game 5. And we'll get to see some bans coming out from Saltium. So
I'm kind of surprised this went to a game 5. I really felt like Saltion had that in the bag.
Yeah, I did too.
He was 2 stocks up. He just kind of dropped it in that last one. Like he should have been able to close that out a little bit earlier. He shouldn't have let Snap be able to, take control of that game again. But I just sort of, I don't know. I don't feel like Snap did anything that differently. He started to adapt a little bit, but I didn't feel like it was enough. And I feel like Saltion maybe just got a little bit nervous about closing out that game.
Yeah, I think he, sort of tripped the last hurdle a bit more than Snap really cleaned it up, because we saw like when Snap was just about to lose, as we saw it, he was throwing out up smashes. He wasn't playing super clean. So I think something had to give from both players, and Saltion just fell a bit further. But we've got Snap spans, PS2, Smashville, and Kalos coming out.
Merck has said Steve Buscemi has been on the Queensland 40, by the way. Well, if he has, he certainly wasn't under the name Steve Buscemi.
No. But I think that is an accurate statement.
Yes. I would not disagree with that statement.
This is not Buscemi. Waiting for Saltion to pick a stage right now.
Pick a stage, any stage. If I was him, I would be going heavily towards platforms. I'd be going small stages, platforms. Ideally, Battlefield.
And isn't it a stage
down? I would not have picked Town. I would have gone Battlefield, Smashville, maybe Yoshi's.
Smashville's banned. So yeah, I would have gone Yoshi's a Battlefield, I reckon. But
PS2 was the next ban, and no, Battlefield wasn't banned.
No,
Battlefield.
Smashville was. I would have picked Smashville until I saw that.
Yeah.
So, okay, this is the first game you lost is on this, so maybe you feel like you should have won it.
I don't agree with this pick. I think he had better options. That being said, yeah, maybe it's a little bit favored for Ike, but
this gives ample room for Mario.
Minimally.
Yeah. This is a big ass stage when it's on this tri-plat layout.
Yeah, and I think the short sides probably favor Mario a little bit more than Ike. I don't see this really benefiting Ike in a tangible way.
Well, Ike is more often killing off the top, right? With his up air and his up B.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and it's got a pretty high ceiling town. So,
something I like that I see Snap doing is full hop into Fireball, into Nair, into Grab. And it's like, if you drop shield, then he hits you. And if you didn't drop shield, great, he grabs you.
Yeah,
and he lands with that so much. It's a really great option. I think
it's a bit of a Mario neutral bread and butter. But yeah, it works excellently against Ike. Because Ike just has so few interruption tools against that kind of pressure that aren't very committal. Big dare there! Oh,
wow.
I've seen Saltion cover those air dodges a few times with some nice weights, and that time he that was some previous game knowledge he remembered. He remembered that he got some heavy punishes off that. So he's like, oh, this time I'll just forward smash. That's a good punish for a neutral air dodge, I think. And now he got stuck. Oh, okay.
That was the wrong punish, but it was.
It was. I mean, I don't know. I'm still going to give Snap some benefit of the doubt here. Is that there's some funky interactions going on there. I like the idea, but it wasn't what he wanted.
Yeah, for sure. So last time these two played, it was 3-2 to Snap. And right now, this is pretty close, and it's looking about the same.
Yeah, it's interesting that. Especially if we expect Snap to win again on this stage a bit earlier.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is his choice.
He tries to...
No!
Cheeky try to get the back.
I think he tried to air dodge, and it killed him. That's what it looked like to me.
But taking that forward tilt in the first place, like, didn't need to there. He's really fishing super hard for an option that shouldn't have to go for. But he gets his stuff, so it's still pretty even. There's that Nair, Fireball Nair grab.
Yeah, this is completely.
It's a scary situation.
Tries to push a little bit hard there, and it puts him to disadvantage. But
Snap was very scared in that corner right there. Jump air dodge. And panic flood as well. What are you flooding? There's nothing to flood, mate.
I think what we're seeing a lot is someone makes a mistake and puts themselves into disadvantage, but they don't get punished for it because the person reacting is on Wi-Fi and there's not a lot they can do. No.
Oh, thank God. I was like, there's no way. Oh, what are you doing, Snap? Okay.
Ooh.
I mean, sure. I'm pretty sure you could have gone over, but that's all right.
This is so tense.
Oh, he gets the platform to save him. Ridiculous.
This is very, very tense. I don't think a Mario up smash will take it just yet. Maybe one more hit. Oh, just barely takes it. Saltion. Well, he's into losers finals. Wait, hang on.